So welcome to some games we've been playing recently. And yes, Christmas came, Christmas went.
It's gone.
It's gone. We're in the new year.
2024.
Yeah, and Kim, in December, finished Star Ocean.
Yes.
And we didn't even get a chance to talk about that. It was just one of those things.
It just slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, but we've been playing a whole bunch of games since then that we thought we would talk about. And we'll ask you guys, before we begin, what have you been playing in the way of video games? Are you playing something brand new or something old from the past? And that kind of ties in perfectly.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, it does.
Good
It ties in perfect.
segue.
Yes, because we're playing a lot of games from the past and from the very present now.
There we go.
The exposed brain quivers in expectation.
To start with, we were playing, or Kim is playing.
I've been playing. Because this is my type of game.
Yeah, and we gotta apologize. We tried to review this in the end of December, and we just could not.
Too much.
Too much. We're only two people. We're human beings. You know,
Yes.
lives. But we wanted to play it desperately, and Kim finally got to Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince.
Yes.
What do you think about this game?
It's definitely fun. I mean, it's got the Dragon Quest aspect of it all, like the style, the art, the music.
Yeah.
You have such an ear for music. It's really kind of weird.
Well, the thing is you've finished every Dragon Quest game, and
Yes.
so have I. And so I can tell. I'm like, oh, that's older Dragon Quest music, Dragon Quest 4 and stuff like that.
Wow, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
You gotta go like on a game show for music.
Oh my god!
Ooh, that would
do you know
be
why?
good.
Do you know why I would never do that?
Why?
It's because I would lose. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of music about video games, but
Yes.
I'd be there and they'd be asking me some weird, obscure thing. I go, I don't know, and then I look dumb.
Yeah.
So I'd
Well,
rather.
still.
Yeah. Anyways, so we've
But
been.
anyways, back to the game.
Yes, absolutely. What do you think? Because here's something: we don't play the Dragon Quest Monsters games. We play the main series. We played. We played
With
some.
like swords.
Yeah,
Remember
swords.
Dragon Quest swords?
Of course, yeah.
Oh, that was good.
That was a fun one. So, what is your experience playing Dragon Quest Monsters now?
I mean, so far it's been good. It's interesting. I like that it keeps to a lot of the old artwork, and you got new monsters, old monsters. It's about, like you said, the Dark Prince, and what's interesting about him is that he can't hurt people.
Oh.
So he has to use monsters that fight other monsters, and you go into like rallies and things like that. And
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. I mean, I think what's fun about this game too is like as you're exploring, the seasons change.
Oh wow.
And that means different monsters that you have to collect. And not only do you collect these monsters, you get to combine these monsters. And who doesn't like to combine things?
I know you played the Pokemon series, the
Yes.
Shin Megami Tensei
Oh,
series.
God, yeah.
Yeah, and then doing this now. How does this game rank up though?
I mean, I think if you really enjoy just to sit back and relax and just kind of go for it, I find the only really downfall for me about it though, I mean, I'm enjoying it, it's just the auto fighting. Like you
Right.
can literally just click the button and it'll just keep fighting for you.
Right.
Instead, there's not so much tactics for me, there's not so much, combat wise. But other than that, it's really nice. It's nice to be in the world. I love Dragon Quest, right? I
Yeah.
love that type of world. And I think they do a good job that way.
Yeah, what are your complaints about it other than that? Like I remember you were saying something like it was a bit jittery at times.
Yeah, it was jittery when I was coming into the arena. It was just kind of like shuddering a bit,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was kind of weird.
Let's brawl!
But other than that, it's one of those games that you kind of sit back, you don't really think.
You turn off your brain,
You really
right?
turn off your brain. I mean, which is fine, really. But like other than that, it's very happy, which
Yeah.
is nice break from some things. And though the storyline is him going to fight his dad.
What about the arena stuff?
The arena's fun, but again, it is just you're on auto mode.
Yeah.
But you want to like fight the arena so you can get items and things like that, and you want to be known. But you go into different worlds, so you go from like happy, beautiful summertime, and they can go to like a dark kind of underworld where there's like flames coming down from the sky. You're like, yeah, this is pretty fun.
Yeah, it's interesting,
Yeah.
right? And you know, it's funny. I got sent this by Square.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
look
I
at this.
gotta show this because this is such a weird, interesting little piece that got sent to us, and I want to include it in the episode because we're finally playing the game.
Yes.
We couldn't get to it. It's a Dragon Quest Monsters sticker book, and here's all your monster stickers. This is something that reminds me of being like a kid again.
Oh yeah, I even said, I'm like, so we're gonna open this up and we're gonna put the stickers on. You're like, no, we are not.
No, we are
Keep
not.
it in the box.
Keep it in the box forever. You know, like,
I remember being a kid and collecting stickers and having to put it like just onto there so it covers it.
Yeah, the only thing I'm confused about is like I don't know what sticker that would be.
I have no idea.
I don't know. That's weird.
It's probably one of those new monsters.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's strange. So different. It's gigantic and
Let's just
so
open
many
it up.
Get the heck out of here.
Do you want to have a go?
So as I'm playing this game, what have you been up to?
Okay, so I got the Analogue Duo for Christmas, and it was a perfect timing because I got the machine, and all of a sudden I found out there's a fan translation of one of my favorite series that I've never been able to play in English, and that was for Far East of Eden, Soraya, right here. And this is the first one in the series, obviously. It came out in 1989. Here's a little fact for you.
Ooh!
You're going to like this.
Okay, tell me.
This is the first JRPG ever on CD-ROM.
What?
Yeah, like me and my friend Jimmy Hoppa always go on about this. We're very excited about this.
It's the original OG?
It's the original OG.
Oh, wow, let me see that.
Yes,
Oh
and
my
so
God.
while you're looking at that, I'll talk about some other aspects of it as well. This is a typical JRPG in that sense. It's very much like Dragon Quest, where you're kind of exploring the world and all that. So the story takes place in Japan, and there's an old evil called Masakado, and there was a fire clan that were able to put him away and seal him up, and now there's another brand new evil that is bringing him back into the world, and there's a new boy who is born part of the fire clan, and his destiny is to take down this evil, and I absolutely love it. Obviously, we have art by Yoshiteru Tsujino, my favorite character designer, who did Kabuki. Kabuki is not in this game. He's in the second game, Far East of Eden, Maru. But what I want to say is, this game came out in 1989, and what's remarkable about it is it actually has background art for all of the monsters that show up, and a lot of the monsters have animation. We're talking, this is the thing, folks, 1989.
Wow.
You gotta think about this, in 1989. In fact, when you're in a town, you'll walk up to certain characters, and they will talk with actual dialogue back then.
お前と同じ火の勇者さ。
Oh, this is like way ahead of its time.
This game was way ahead of its time. And even the designer said that they wanted animation in all of the combat, but the machine just couldn't handle it, so they could only do some animation on some of the enemies. But I could not believe this. And the one thing I do appreciate as well, it has fast running back then. I know in an RPG in 1989, fast running.
Are you sure this is 1989?
I couldn't believe it. I mean, if this game came out over here in 89, it would have changed the world. I swear to God. People would be still talking about it to this day. I always talk about Phantasy Star and things like that changed, video gaming over here. But Japan had this. We'd never got this until now with this English translation. And the other thing I want to talk about, the music is okay. It's not as good as like the Far East of Eden, Maru, and Kabuki Den, but I really do enjoy it. But something terrible happened to me while I was playing this game during Christmas. This was insane.
Oh no.
Because I was so excited for it.
Yeah.
I had my Christmas break and I'm like, I'm gonna go through this entire game. And I was making some good progress. Until it started to freeze on me.
Oh no.
Now, one of my friends burned it onto CD-ROM for me right here. I put it in the Analogue Duo. It's played completely fine.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I'm leaving a house or I'm going somewhere, it will freeze. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, is it a bad bum copy of the CD or whatever? I don't know what's happening. No, it seems that, and this is out there for a lot of you guys who may not know this, when they were doing the translation on it, they were doing it on emulation on the computer, and so it worked great on there, but when you burn it to a disk and put it in an Analogue Duo, it froze. All right, so I was like losing my mind.
Were you thinking like maybe I just have to like make it past it or like go
Yeah,
back
yeah.
or something? Like,
I didn't
to
know at
correct
first
it?
until I went and did some research online.
Oh.
The good news is, there's some good news.
Okay.
The good news is that they patched it, and then they patched it again because it froze again. They found it out. So, so my friend is sending me another copy.
Oh, nice.
Very nice, so I can get back to Zyria.
How far in were you in?
Oh, many hours, and I was very, very frustrated.
That's
In fact, I went and did all this boss thing, came back and died, and I'm like, oh so much. Well, I didn't die. I mean, I froze and basically died. I lost all my stuff. So, but I've been having such a great time visiting a game that we never got. So this next game is a super interesting one.
I think you're very surprised by it.
You have no idea. So we went to Press Start Games,
Yes.
one of my favorite video game stores in town here, and I'm up at the front talking to the owner, and
And I'm just wandering in the back, looking around, and I got so excited, and you were like, what? I'm like, oh, Age of Empires 2! You're like, yeah, it's like, what?
I came to the back, and Kim's like freaking out. She's looking at all these PC boxes,
Yes.
and she took a photo of it, which we have,
yeah.
and because she wanted it for nostalgia. Take me back. What is going on?
So I'll take you back in the day when
Yeah.
I was young.
Yeah.
We used to play video games on the PC.
Right.
So my parents didn't buy a lot back in the time.
Yeah.
And when they bought this is what kind of started my addiction for building games.
Oh.
Which led into The Sims, which led into Dragon Quest Builders.
Right.
Which we're still waiting for Dragon Quest Builders 3, please and thank you. Yeah. So that's where it all kind of started. And I was so excited to see this because it brought back the times when I was young and I'd wake up early before everybody else and I would just sit there playing this game over and over and over again. And so when I came home, I was like, oh, well, you know, I don't have it on PC, whatever, it's fine. And then my friend mentioned, you can download it on the Xbox.
Yeah, on Game Pass. So,
on Game Pass!
Yeah, so I went in later looking for Kim, and I found it, and then Kim locked herself away.
Yeah, I was like, bye.
Yeah, during the Christmas break, because Kim was gone.
Yeah.
I'm playing this game, so like, what do you do in this game?
Well, this game is all about, you know, strategizing. Surprisingly enough, that's probably my only strategizing game that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And you're building your town, and then you gotta upgrade your town, and you gotta fight enemies, and you gotta, like, go to other towns and fight those enemies, or do, like, little quests and things like that.
Yeah.
That's basically the entire game.
So
And you wanna, like, work your way up in the ages from, like, the lower age all the way up to the Stone Age, all the way up to the, you know, Gold Age and all that thing. Like, working your way through the ages, basically, is what
Right.
it is. It's just so much fun when you hear the sound that your entire town upgrades. And then you just want to keep going and doing more, building homes, and it's just a lot of fun. And I think you were very surprised as to why I was into this
Well, how
game.
did you feel? Did it feel good? Did it feel surreal? Was it weird?
Yeah, very surreal and weird because, like I said, I just remember waking up early to play this game before everybody else got up because you had to share the computer with other
Right.
people in the house. So you wanted to have time doing that, and it's just that was probably my real nostalgic game.
Yeah,
You know,
that's-
aside from other like Donkey Kong Country, this was something else for me.
It was such an interesting thing because it's always me discovering an old box.
Yes.
Where Kim discovered something so.
This was my experience.
Yeah, that I'm like a PC game.
Yeah.
You know, a big box game. That
And
was
even
so
the
cool.
graphics were the same,
cool.
and the music was the same, the
Oh, that's
sounds
cool.
were the same. It really brought me back. Even the way how they talk, it's like gibberish,
Yeah.
but it's like awesome gibberish.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Hello. Cat. Robwiga.
So for my final game, everybody was bugging me last year. They're like, when are you going to play this game? I'm like, I'm waiting for a physical copy. And I picked up Baldur's Gate 3 right here. And I got to say, I don't know why I waited for the physical copy because I had I swear to God, a 90 and a 40 gig update
That's
file.
crazy.
What's even the point of having physical copies when they do that? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Very sad that way. But I finally got to play this game that everybody's talking about.
It's
you were
all
talking.
online. I just have giggles about it because I see all these memes on Instagram. and
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
you got this game? I can't wait to play this game.
Yeah, I know. So I've only played a little bit of it, and I can say this much.
Yes.
I get why everybody likes it.
Yeah,
like
graphics?
Its graphics are like amazing. Just running around and all of that. The choices that you have
Yeah.
are astronomical. It's like playing Dungeons and Dragons,
Ooh,
and you
fun
can
for
even
you.
play online with your friends. It's
Oh, yeah.
absolutely crazy. I believe we were talking about playing
Yeah.
together, maybe on the Xbox and to PS5, but there's no crossplay.
That's too bad.
Which is really,
That
really
would be
too
so
bad.
much fun
That'd
for
be
us.
so much fun. But I really enjoy what I played so far, and I just love when you make a choice, a dice rolls and all that. And it just feels.
Oh, that's quaint.
Yeah, it feels so much like Dungeons and Dragons because it is Dungeons and Dragons, and yeah, it's something that I'd like to play a little bit more. But I finally got to try it out and see what the hype was all about. This game got Game of the Year in the Game Awards last year.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah. And congratulations to all the memes out there. You know, for sure.
This is your end.
Those are some games that we've been playing recently. I will ask you, what have you been playing recently in the way of new games or old games? We've done a combination of all sorts of stuff
Very
here.
nostalgic stuff, you know what I mean? And new stuff. So yeah, we're definitely coming along. It's only 2024.
Yeah, we're just beginning
Just
this
beginning.
year, and there's a lot more games to come, that is for sure. So anyways, guys, until next time.